Support for Greater Chattanooga is provided by EPB Fiber Optics.
In the South, we take our food seriously. And in Chattanooga, serious diners know Eric Neal. He uses local ingredients to elevate Southern comfort foods. But Neal isn't from here. He was raised in Southern Louisiana, where he learned to appreciate quality seafood and the value of community.
So Eric, you're not from Chattanooga. Tell me about your childhood.
Childhood was great. Being in Louisiana for the young and informative years of my life really made a huge impression on me. And that culture stuck with me. I loved the act of cooking. I think the act of nourishing somebody else is one of the most loving things that you can do in this world. And then, the way that people interact around food has always touched me. So some of my most cherished memories are of meals.
While his culinary training is in the traditional French style, he has roots in Southern Louisiana and Cajun tradition.
Let's talk about what we're going to cook.
Okay. I'm going to do something that kind of harkens back to my history in cooking, which is fish. So I started, more often than not cooking what my dad and my brother and I would catch. So we're going to do a dish, grilled pompano. Pompano are these real pretty little fish from the surf in the Gulf of Mexico. Sweet, buttery flesh. They're not typically available very often, but in the spring they start showing up, so I was really excited when they came around this time. And then, I grew up eating rice-based dishes in Louisiana, and I wanted to do something that was rice-based. So what we have here is Carolina Gold rice, which cooks a lot different than the short grain rice that I grew up with. We're going to use some Main Street Meats andouille. So this is our butcher shop on the south side. We grind and stuff and smoke and season our own andouille, and I feel like it's pretty good. And then we got a bunch of stuff to go with it. Some pickled Sun Gold tomatoes from last year, Louisiana crawfish tails, wild ramps, and then all this stuff is fun pretties that we get to play with at this time of year. These are pea tendrils, wild wood violets, red ribbon sorrel, and then these are arugula blossoms.
You've been in Texas and Louisiana. How did you get to Chattanooga?
I was finishing up culinary school in Colorado and kind of had, a path. I could either go to San Francisco and work in kitchens out there, or come back to the East Coast. Most of my family had left Texas and Louisiana at that point and were kind of scattered. But my brother and my sister were here with my mom. And the long story short is that my brother broke his back playing football his junior year of high school. And for a little while I was in Vail, and we were worried about him living a fruitful life. And he ended up healing himself, working real hard, wearing a brace for almost a solid year, to where he was able to play again his senior year of high school. And I had never seen him play. I'd never seen a game, because I'd always been gone. I'd always been, finishing up school, in culinary school, working. And I thought, well, I've got this moment. I might as well go see him play, go watch my sister cheerlead for him. And I came back here and I got a job. And my only requirement at that job was that I had Friday nights off. And I think they looked at me kind of crazy. But I said, look, I'm here for one reason. I'm here to watch my brother play football. And, I'll give you 6 days a week if you give me Friday nights off. And they said yes. So I went to every single football game that fall, and it was fantastic.
And so you've obviously stayed ever since.
Typical story, man. I moved here, family was all here, met a girl, fell in love, they're all gone, and I'm still here. And kind of cut my teeth in Chattanooga and learn what people wanted. At least I got an idea what I thought they wanted. And this is, what every restaurateur thinks that they know. And, opened Easy in 2005. And this place has changed immensely, in the 11 years that it's been here. So, the scene has grown up from what it was when I got here a lot. So this is just a little, basically, butter toasting in the pan of that Carolina Gold rice. Not really trying to do much to it, not trying to stir it and make a risotto out of it.
Yeah.
Just make it ready to use. At the same time, here we have our little bit of shallot and butter. I'm going to put those preserved sun gold tomatoes in there.
Well, I'll say I've never met a stick of butter that I didn't like, so I'm all on board.
You feel all right with it? Yeah. Good. I'm certainly glad.
There we go. I'll let you give that a.
Maybe just a hair longer.
Easy Bistro isn't Neil's only success in Chattanooga. He and his wife Amanda took over Main Street Meats in 2014, and their Scenic City Supper Club is a unique collective of professionals and food lovers who gather around a table to share unique meals.
My wife and I really felt like we needed a binding element in Chattanooga, so we came up with the Scenic City Supper Club. So it's a way to feature local talent, local chefs, local restaurant, hospitality professionals, beverage professionals in a non-competitive way with no profit motive whatsoever, so that we can all get a chance to work together and grow.
The community response has been fantastic from what you've told me, selling out rapidly.
Yes, we sold out the latest one in about 2 minutes.
Yeah. What does that mean for, I guess, Scenic City Supper Club and the community? I mean, obviously, there's a want and a need and a desire for that type of venue.
And the funny thing is, when we started it, we had no idea if it would sell, if people would want to pay for something like that. And the response has really been overwhelming. So, kind of all of our various components ready to go here. One of my favorite things to do is to serve things family style.
It smells phenomenal in here.
Good.
I mean, the smell of grilled sausage and ramps alone, you got me sold. So where do you see Chattanooga going from a culinary standpoint now?
I think Chattanooga is at a jump-off point. I think, it has everything that you need to have as a small city, infrastructure-wise, to have a great food scene. But it's missing, maybe 4 or 5 restaurants.
What would you like to see in Chattanooga? Would you like to see more fine dining restaurants? Would you like to see a customer base that is more accepting of new things?
The next 2 years in Chattanooga, I think, are going to be very interesting, because I think they're going to set the tone for the next 20 years in Chattanooga in the food scene. We have to be willing to not accept mediocrity. We have to be willing to accept trying and failing, but trying more than anything as restaurants go. I'm certainly willing to jump with it, but I hope everybody who lives here can jump with us too, because they're the ones that really have the ability to push us over the edge.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Indeed.
If you're a fan of Greater Chattanooga, support it. Becoming a sustaining member of WTCI is easy and affordable, and it makes a big difference. Visit greaterchattanooga.org/donate. Thanks.